Hi everyone, Miss Alessandra here from the Weston Public Library, bringing you another at-home craft time. Today we are going to be making egg carton trees to celebrate Earth Day coming up. So we're going to be using some recycled egg cartons plus some other things that you may have around the house to make some trees. So if you would like to join in and get started, keep watching, and if you do this project, please send us a picture of it so that we can feature it on one of our social media sites. You can send it to me at apetrino@westonct.gov. We would love to see what you make. So if you're ready to get started on our egg carton trees, keep watching. So if you're ready, we're going to get started with our egg carton trees to celebrate Earth Day. And I'm going to let you know the supplies that you're going to need to do this project. So we are going to need a pair of scissors. Please make sure that your parents know you're using them. I have a paper plate, or you can use a piece of paper that you don't need. This is going to be where we're putting some paint and glue. And then you'll need 2 paintbrushes, or 1 paintbrush and some water to change colors. You're going to need the colors green and brown. So whatever green and brown that you have is fine. You'll need a cardboard egg carton and a piece of cardboard. I have these strips, but if you have a cardboard box, you can cut that out. And then something that will be sticky, so glue, a glue stick, or tape. Those are the things that you will need for this project. Again, we're making egg carton trees. So get all your supplies ready and then come join me. So hopefully you have collected the supplies that you're going to need for the egg carton trees. We are going to start by cutting out parts of our egg carton. So again, cardboard egg carton. We're going to start by cutting it. What we want are these little bulges. This is where the eggs would be held. We want to keep those. So anything that isn't that, I'm going to cut off. So I'm going to cut my other side. I'm going to save that so that I can use that for something else. And then I'm going to cut this little flap off here. Okay, put that over there. So now I have these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these 12 circles or holders, egg holders, whatever you want to call them, out individually. This part is a little hard, so you may need help from an adult. Be very careful when cutting. It is kind of thick in certain areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them into 2s first. Okay. Let's see if I can show you how I'm cutting. There we go. Then I go through the middle to cut the other side and just pull that off. Okay, so you're going to do that with each one. I'm doing it in sets of 2s right now, and then I'll cut them singularly to make it a little bit easier. Okay. So now they're in 2s. I'm going to cut them out singularly. So take my 2s, and each one is going to become its own little bulb. And what you want to do is you want to try and keep as much of that outside as possible. Of course, because they're connected, there's going to be one side that doesn't have any cardboard left. But keep as much of it intact as possible, because we're going to need those for our trees. again, as much of it intact as possible. So you're going to go ahead and you are going to cut out each bumpy, whatever you want to call them, egg holders individually. And when you come back, we will move on to the next part. At this point, hopefully you have cut out each egg holder individually. You should have 12 of them. And we're going to go in and just trim some of the bottoms so that it is even. If you look at this, you can see that this point juts out a little more than the rest. So I'm going to trim that so that it's even as I can make it. Okay, so I'm going to do that with each of these real quick with the edges that they have. So you see this part right here is a little uneven. And that's better. Okay, so just do this pretty quickly. There. This one's actually not too bad. Okay. This one's a little broken, but we could still use it. So again, I'm just trimming the bottom edges so that they are relatively even all around. Okay, I'll cut off that piece. Okay. Alright, so you should have 12 of these cut relatively even. Okay, great. So now we've cut our egg carton pieces out. What we're going to be doing is we are going to make the bush part or the leaf part of the tree, okay, all around here. So for this, you can map out where you want to glue or tape each piece, but you basically want to make a filled in oval or circle in that spot. So I'm going to do that now. I'll show you the first couple that I do. I'm going to start with tape. So if I want to change anything, I can. I'm just doing double-sided double stick tape on the edge to indicate where I am going to put this, and then I will actually glue them down. So as you see, like that's where I put this, and I'm going to go around with some of these others to try and make the tree. So here, you see that? Okay. If you have hot glue at home, your parents have it, hot glue gun works the best with this, but you can also use liquid glue. That's what I'm going to be using. You just want to kind of map out, see how I'm just making, forming my tree piece. So go on ahead and do that. So you should have put all of your egg carton pieces onto your cardboard to make some sort of roundish, ovalish tree piece. So that is going to be the leaf or bush part of our tree. I've gone ahead, I've taped all of these down. Again, you can use glue Liquid glue works pretty good. Hot glue would probably be the best if you have that available to you at home. But you're going to make some roundish shape like this to make the bush or leaf part of your tree. The next step is to draw on the trunk of the tree. So this is the bottom of my tree. I have a pencil here, and I'm just going to draw where I want the trunk to be, which is right, oops, there. Okay, so from right around that piece, I'll show it to you. That's my trunk of my tree. And we are going to now prepare our paint. Okay, so again, any type of green and brown paint. I'm going to mix a couple because I don't have a lot of my dark green. So I'm going to put some dark green down with a lighter limey green. Trees have all different color leaves on them, so I think this will work pretty well. So I'm just going to mix those guys together. And then I don't have too much of my dark brown paint, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of light brown, just as the trunks of the trees are different shades of brown. So hopefully this will work. I have a lighter brown here to mix in. All right. And I'm going to be using a large paintbrush for the green because I want to color all of these leaves in, and a smaller paintbrush for the brown for the trunk. So I'm going to mix my green paints here using my large brush, just mixing the colors around. I'm actually getting a really nice green leafy color. So let's see, I like this color. Hopefully it will look good on the cardboard egg cartons as well. Can you see that leafy color? And I'm just going to be painting these pieces. So all around to make my leaves. So if you want to go ahead and find your green color, you're going to be painting all of our little egg carton bulges green. You can do whatever greens you have available to you. And then we'll come back and talk about how to do the trunk. So hopefully you have been able to color all of the egg carton pieces. This is where our bush or our leaf part of the tree comes in. I have colored them all with my green paint, and the other thing that I've done is just gone around the outside to make little bush loops. We want a full tree. It's springtime, so I've just colored in around by just making loops around those bumps, the egg carton pieces. Oh, that came unstuck. Just stick that back in. Alright, so just go around, fill in any parts that you think need to be filled in. I had a section over here that I had to paint green. Oop, no, Spencer, don't stick your face in there. Okay, so now we have reached the point where we're going to make our trunk. So again, we've drawn our trunk on the bottom here of our cardboard. We've mixed some brown paint together. Can you see my brown paint? There we go. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush in. I'm going to start with the outline of my trunk so that you can see where I'm going to be coloring it in. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be my trunk. I'm going to just quickly paint that section of my tree. You can go on ahead and paint your trunk. Again, I didn't have a dark brown, so I mixed two lighter brown colors together. It almost looks more red to me, but this is the color I had, so this is what I'm working with. And whatever you have at home will work as well. Okay. All right. And that is our egg carton tree. So if you'd like to, you could go around and you could add a couple flecks of different green colors. If you wanted to put, if you see my egg carton pieces have little dots in the middle. If you wanted to go in and, put fruits on those, you could put little red dots of apples. You could put like a little tire swing, hang a little tire swing off on the side, whatever you like to do. But that is our egg carton tree in celebration of upcoming Earth Day. So we used recycled products and some paint, and we made a nice tree. So have fun with that, and I hope you enjoyed this craft time. I'll see you guys next time.